Howdy there, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm Emerald Vigilance, and we're here playing some more Dragon Age Origins. We're going to Lake Callahan real quick. Oh, but looks like we have just got ambushed. So anyways, we'll deal with this ambush, and then we'll head over to Lake Callahan to do some searching. Ooh, hey, it's Dagrin. Okay, I actually needed to buy something from this guy.
You have coins, Sten? Fine weapon and arms, Dwarven made.
This is actually good, because I regretted not finding this guy earlier. He sells this, which is actually a really nice set of heavy armor. So I'm going to end up buying it. Probably not going to use it for a while, but it's still nice to have as an extra set. Oh yeah, and all of our characters here, they need to be leveled up. Damn, 9? Okay, we need to really level her up. Constitution up to 20. Dexterity, strength. Hey, Liliana might actually be useful now. Gotta get her magic up. Okay, speaking of which, that means we can... I'll let you keep the green blade. $36 magic. Dang, okay, it's gonna be a while until she gets that. Alright, and don't know why I'm taking these guys out besides the fact that I wanted to make sure they leveled up, but we're going to see if they're actually anything now that we have done some upgrading and got them some nice gear from Soldier's Peak. They both have, or at least Liliana and Sten, have the same Drake skin studded leather armor, which should actually provide a lot of defense and armor for them. Then Morgan's, I think she's rocking some just plain old leather armor. Yeah, plain old leather armor with that helmet she always wears. But anyways, let's get to it, and I'll shut up.
Isn't that the point? We could all be...
The client is very pleased. Come back soon.
You're gonna play? Exactly. You, I, everything. All a dream.
And we're going to be heading over to the Frostback Mountains so we can do the Ozamar line of quest. But actually, real quick, I do want to switch out. Wait, switch out one of these guys. Okay, we actually haven't had Liliana for a while, but so we'll take Sten, Liliana, and Morgan. Hopefully, they have some use. Reason why I'm taking Sten, I had to train him out real quick, because Sten is actually, we're actually going to go get Sten's sword for him, since he still has his sword is still missing. So we'll deal with this real quick since it's already on the way. I believe we have to deal with some mercenaries up here, somewhere ahead, somewhere I think.
About time, award. Rogaine sends his regard.
Oh, this should be good. I am your death. Let's make this quick.
Yeah, without Win, I really can't do much of healing.
It is done. I'll go.
I need healing.
The enemy draws blood. So be it.
God, I don't have enough health potions to do this.
So be it.
The pain. Ugh, it overcomes
No,
me.
don't heal yourself. Heal him. And then frost weapons.
It shall be as you say.
Smell.
As you wish.
With a good day.
Now I remember why we have Win instead of Morgan. Morgan's a really crappy healer. Sorry, Morgan. Looks like we're switching you out for Win.
Blast and damnation.
Much better healing. But anyways, I'll shut up and you guys can enjoy.
Look at all these people hawking their wares. It's almost like a little city.
You have some kind of problem. Oh? What was this about? I worried this might happen. I have no...
Here comes trouble.
We must have victory.
Oh, you a fine one, you are. Put them back.
You've begun. Enough!
Battle
The
it is.
paragon is what's over me.
I never liked this part.
Quickly, we must
Fight.
As you say.
Step right. Make us breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend. You, startled me a bit. Can what? I'm sorry, I don't know what that...
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir. I don't have it, I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here. A dwarf near Redcliffe, Dwyn, I think his name was. He's the one who has the sword, I promise you. Said he was a collector.
We'll see.
Yeah, we were noted. Dwyn. Yeah, that's his name.
Thank the Maker, my brother and his family made it out of Lotharing.
Dwyn is the guy we broke into his house.
Well, what can I do for you? This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Well, that guy's probably stoned out of his mind. I think we just had to turn in. Oh no. Okay, there should be one more knit room.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well armed to notice a lowly merchant. It's not your business, but like my father, I was born on the surface. We never had a caste to leave. The assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown. Twice a year, I'm confined to a trade stall in the commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you.
Guess I can't buy anything? Oh, that's fucking useless. Alright, we're gonna quickly travel to Redcliffe to get his sword back. It's Dwyn, so we should be able to get it with, I think, a few gold. Though, if honestly, I'm probably gonna go persuade him to give me the sword without paying. And then we'll head back up here to get that done. I still need to do that, I still need to do this side quest here. I totally forgot about that. The story arc for the dwarves, it is going to be much longer. So, I'm thinking about 3 parts for it at least. Because we got to go travel into the deep roads a lot. So, I want to make sure I save a lot and bring enough equipment to last us. Because we're going to have to get a lot of health potions, which we should actually... We still have this stack of 81, and we have about 45 left out of another stack. So hopefully we'll be able to get that the other equipment we need. So that it should be quick and easy. But anyways, I will shut up and you guys can enjoy.
The irregulars thank you.
Phew, some fight. Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place. Hey, anything for Redcliffe, right? Whatever. First thing I'm gonna do is get some sleep. For about a week. Go celebrate or whatever it is you're gonna do. You won, right? You're a hero. Or something. Go celebrate or whatever you have to do. Rebuild. Same thing I intended to do before. Except this time, there's more humans left alive to help. First thing I'm gonna do is get some... Go celebrate or whatever you have to do. If I wanted to fight Darkspawn, I'd have stayed in Orzammar. No, now why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive. 6 sovereigns. Good enough. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
Poor Dwyn. First we break down his door and make him go fight, then we just stole a fucking expensive ass sword. There's Sten's sword. Let's give it to him. I think it's in gifts. Maybe. No. Yes. That's Sten. Where is he? Sten.
Strange.
Oh, shut up.
I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war. My sword is in my hand again. I should put it to use. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree? Then lead the way.
Sten's a hard ass, and that's due to the fact that how the Canary live. They're not really... I don't even think they care about death. I mean, they just keep fighting and shit like that. But I still like Sten. He's a hard ass, but I still like him. He's a decent person. As an AI, at least. What else did we need to do? Something else we needed to do. I guess we'll head to Orzammar now. I seriously think there's something we're forgetting to do. Fuck it. I'll go here. Anyways, I'll shut up and you guys can enjoy. Ah, yes, I wanted an enchant. Okay, so once we reach the mountains, we will do a quick enchant back at camp, and then we will do the story arc. I don't know what this is. This might be Tegrin, or it can be just an ambush. Probably an ambush. Yep, ambush. That's a lot of these guys. Fucking hell, this is a lot of archers. I'm really getting annoyed at you.
Defend yourself.
I haven't mentioned how much I hate these things. So annoying. And the noise they make, oh my god, that's more annoying. Damn, these fucking archers are kicking ass though. Darkspawn don't stand a chance.
Very well.
Anyways, I'll shut up and you guys can enjoy this battle.
Very well. As you say.
Our tribe fights for you, Warden. Our tribe fights for you, Warden.
Damn, 2 freaking elven archers took out a bunch of darkspawn. That's cool. Shows the power of their bows. Ooh.
It shall be done.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you.
Goodbye. Enchantment?
If there's anything I'm sure.
Damn it, I bought all of his runes. Great. I actually don't know. I guess. I'm trying to think of where else I can buy runes from. Okay, there's one place. I know it's a little detour, but we gotta go back to Dinnerim
Yes.
for a while.
Yes.
Yes.
Take the original squad. Go over to Dinnerim. We're probably gonna get ambushed like 6 times by the time we get to Dinnerim. But yeah, we're gonna go to the Wonders of Thedas, which should have a crap load of runes. If not, this is gonna be a wasted trip. Should be pretty easy though. I hope they do at least have a lot of them. Just gonna buy up I'm gonna buy with what I can. I don't know if I don't really have that much cash on me. I have about I think 12 sovereigns. Yeah, 12 sovereigns. 12 gold technically. But hopefully after the deep roads. Yeah. Hopefully after the deep roads we should have a crap load of gold from all the scavenging we've done. Because it is a huge area, a lot of side quests in Ozamar. Ozamar? However you pronounce it.
Welcome to the wonders of...
Alright, let's see. What runes do you... Ah, yes. That's a lot of runes. That might be... Oh, fucking hell. That's 15 gold. Can't wait until we have more gold. This flame one would be nice, but we can't buy it. That will be nice. That will be nice. Need one more rune. That should be nice. That's enough for Starfang. And then for Sten sword. Looks like we could only buy this. That's not going to really be helpful. It's the undead. Crap. Alright, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to buy it quite a bit. Alright, let's head back to camp. And then we should be able to put at least some stuff in Starfang. And then we can do a few bits. Ooh. Mage Collective. Apparently I can turn in a quest for them, so that will get me a bit more gold. Not much, probably. Probably about 1 to 3. That's usually good enough for me.
I have something for you.
Oh, alright, what's up?
The market district is a whole sight better because of what you've done for us. I know this may not be much, but it's an extra thanks. A lot of folks swallow whatever lies are fed to them, but us believers will try and spread word about you and the Wardens.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, hey, thanks for the 4 gold. You're amazing. I actually thought I was going to have to kill that guy. Huh. Because I thought I thought he had new orders to actually kill me.
Good
Guess
to
not.
see you again.
It
Good to
says to fucking turn
see you
in.
again.
I hate this game. I hate this game when it's like this. Alright, anyways, we'll head back to camp. We will put the new runes into Starfang, and then we will head out to Ozamar. Ozamar. However you pronounce that. I probably have said it right like 3 times.
Are you sure I can't interest you? Of course.
Goodbye. Enchantment? Enchantment!
Alright, that's all the weapons we're going to be using. Enchanted. So we should be able to head over to Ozamar now. This is not enchanted. Or no, that's not enchanted. That is not enchanted. This is enchanted. That's enchanted. And these are not enchanted. Good. So let's grab up our
Yes,
standard.
Yes.
And then we'll head over here. So we do have a lot of inventory space now because I put all my gifts I had into the storage chest that's at Soldier's Peak. So anyways, I will shut up and you guys can enjoy, as always, this very, maybe not well done story arc, but probably one of my favorite in this game, even though I love this entire game. Besides the mages part, I hate the mages part. It's just it's an annoying, way too long mission that just and this is longer than the mages part, and I still find this interesting.
Some folks came in yesterday with
So I'll shut up.
crazy stories about Redcliffe. You hear about that?
I demand an audience. You insult all of Ferelden. King Loghain will not.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign Dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled. You're the exile. Aye. Despite your brother Balin's best efforts, sorrow finished what your kinslaying started. Your father is dead.
Kinslayer? Oh, you're not getting in. Losing 2 sons, one to murder and one to exile, who can blame him for seeking peace among the ancestors?
The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
What? He's a traitor and a kinslayer. You said it yourself. In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. What? Lies and slander! King Loghain will not suffer this. I will not suffer it. I'm his messenger.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Very well. As you say. As you say. Tactic. Fight. Ankles. As you say. It shall be done.
Ooh, that's a nice heavy plate we can sell. Even though it'd probably be good if we keep it, but I'm just gonna sell it.
You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
A drop. Follow, Warden. Your fair journeys, Warden.
Is it just me, or do all these statues look alike?
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Were you really in that cage for 20 days?
It might have been closer to 30. I stopped counting after a while.
What did you do? I mean, 20 days is a long time to sit in one place and do nothing.
On good days, I posed riddles to the passers-by, offering them treasures in exchange for correct answers.
Really?
No.
Aw, too bad. That's got serious potential.
I'm sorry, but I love that. Anyways, back to this. This is going to be an amazing, and I think you all will love this. So I'll shut up, and you guys can enjoy this very fantastic story.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You not speak that way about the man who should be king! talking in the commons, especially in front of outsiders. I find that sodding fool, I'll have him in the Legion. Exile, you are not to show your face here again. I have enough crime to deal with. I shouldn't have to dump you back in the deep roads. That's right. You found pity topside. The Warden should have better sense when choosing allies. Surfacers and their cloud-addled heads. Fine, oh illustrious Grey Warden. What do you want? Blame yourself for that. The deaths in your house brought us here. And still the tavern is open, and the market is busy. Orzammar has suffered worse. The ancestors will see us through. They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate. Are you sure you're still a dwarf? Ancestors have patience. If Bronca could hear this, well, I wouldn't be standing in dried blood. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Yes, you should.
For a tiny people, they certainly build high ceilings.
Hey.
Ancestors. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? I can move aside. I don't have much to bring them. My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith Caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself. Warden, so you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
I should have stayed in that cage.
Maker's blessing on you, brother. The Maker brought forth this world and every creature in it. He chose a human woman as his prophet and bride, but he loves all races. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. The Shaperate controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting. Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always. Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
By the ancestors! You were exiled into the deep roads. How can you be standing here? Then I hope your return is a good omen. Since your father died, many have begun to wonder if it was Balin's hand behind Trian's death, not yours. Even your father believes that. It's why he appointed Lord Harrowmont as his heir. But enough Deshers support Balin to keep the Assembly in a deadlock. You can see how bad things have gotten. In his sleep, though many whisper those are only sweet words to hide the smell of poison, may the ancestors accept the king among their blessed number. Exactly half the Assembly, but as you know, that means his numbers are dropping. And I'm sure some curse their decision to exile you. But House Iduken stands behind Balin still, and they have stricken your name. He still lives in the king's quarters, pretending your father never repudiated him. He seems to think if he's close to the throne long enough, we'll forget he has no right to claim it. Exactly half the Assembly. But as you... he dares not leave his estate often. You've seen what sort of thugs support your brother. He wouldn't dare say so, but the common folk do. Not enough of them, I say. Exactly half the Assembly still supports Balin, and their loyalty runs deep. A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. Who will lead the battle? How will we survive? Then may the ancestors guide your efforts. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, talk to Dulin Ferender. You'll find him in Harrowmont's estate. Tell him who you are, and I'm sure he can get you an audience. I should return home until the streets become safe again.
Excuse me, do you have a... Oh, I actually was talking to your companions, or are you from the surface too? I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation, and a great responsibility.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface, and the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Fangirl. Anyways, I am actually planning on... Ooh.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down. Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say. Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Pretty much. I know it's probably a bad decision, but we will be siding with Balin, just because Balin's more of a... he's not really as conservative as Harrowmont. He actually... Fuckers. Holy fuck, this thing is massive. He wants what's best for, he's a little dirty, as you guys saw in like the first few episodes of this.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, But find a bunch more of these, and I'll toss you whatever I found.
But yeah, he's a bit dirty, very corrupt probably, but he actually much better than Harrowmont. Harrowmont's kind of like a he wants to be very conservative. He doesn't want to be dealing with anything on the surface. Doesn't want to do anything besides just stay in the traditional way, which is actually not what the dwarfs need, because there's only 2 out of 12 kingdoms of the dwarfs left, so they really need to start to grow and expand and everything like they did years and years ago. But anyways,
So
I'll
the
shut up.
closer you live to the surface, the higher class you are. Unless you're actually on the surface.
My lord, you're back. They told me you were dead. I'm flattered you remember, my lord. Perhaps you also remember our night of passion, the evening of your first commission, or the son we created, who now has his birthright stripped from him because you got yourself exiled. I've had to care for him myself, nurse him, clothe him. I can't work. No one wants to lie with a woman who's used up her fertility on some castless brat. How could you do this to us? Then help us. Convince your family to take you back, or at least declare you honorably dead and acknowledge your son. Please, think about what his life will be otherwise. Thank you. I haven't had a solid meal in a week. Oh, 1 sovereign. Great. Very generous. It was nice knowing you.
Sorry, I'm broke. I think that was my. Oh wait, actually, I can't really give her more. The fuck? Why can't I give her more?
News of the hour. Lord Balin promises radical changes that will offend the ancient paragons. Have our traditions no value?
Anyways, I will shut up and you
New
guys can enjoy.
offensive is required against the Darkspawn, says Lord Balin.
So this is the seat of the king. Except he isn't sitting there at the moment, I suppose.
As you say.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memory? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in a shapered. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. Your exile is written in the memories, Warden. I'm sorry, but Orzammar cannot be your home, nor I your shaper. We must all obey the ancestors' rules. That is an odd request. Have you grown so fond of the Surfacer's ways in your brief absence? I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders. We were a great empire once, and our land stretched through the deep roads. Kal Shirak was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. At the other side of the old empire, during the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Shirak is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. The Paragon Caridin, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Very well.
I heard you had returned to his exile. What insult do you mean by coming here? After what you did to Trian, you come to your only living brother for help? I have seen this treaty in the Shaper's libraries, but it is only the king it compels, and your father has unfortunately passed on. If you seek Balin's help, he can only give it from the throne, and only if no one stands in the way of his getting there. So you really have thrown your lot in with the surface. Very well. As long as you understand Orzammar is Balin's, I will allow you the chance to prove it. Harrowmont has been buying the votes of every Desher he can turn, but he is running out of promises. Recently, he offered the same estate to both Lady Dace and young Lord Helmy. He hopes the vote will pass before he has to pay up. I have the promissory notes, but they know of my loyalties to Balin. If you, on the other hand, brought them this evidence, they know you have little love for your brother and will believe you. Prove your loyalty, and perhaps you'll get the reunion you desire. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. Remember, Don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Lord Harrowmont sends his greetings, exile. He was surprised to see you back here. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deschers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respects to the rightful king, Prince Balin.
What do you want? Are you a messenger from some other Desher? Ah, such a noble profession, cleaning up whatever darkspawn stragglers make it to the surface. You must be very proud. Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient thaig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go? So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
News of the hour. Questions remain as to Lord Balin's involvement in King Hendrin's
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha!
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman. Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled. I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod. Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Bronca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino. The only paragon in the last 4 generations. Quite an honor for a girl from the Smith caste. Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors, and
declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation. It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
If it ain't clear, he's our next companion, Alvin. Oh, really? Wow, we haven't had those in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're ending it here. That was a crash. That's bullshit. So, I'll see you guys next time in Dragon Age Origins.